I'm Robin.
I'm Julie.
We're two mamas who love inspiring healthy living.
After facing family health challenges and seeing how natural solutions transformed our lives, we are determined to help other mamas thrive, not just survive.
What if feeling awesome every day is possible for you and your family?
Come along with us on our natural journey.
Hi, Robin.
I'm Julie.
Welcome to our podcast,
Helping Mamas Thrive.
Yay! The title is Let's Talk About Stress, Baby.
Let's talk about you and me.
We're 80s people.
We are.
But actually, was that from the 90s? No.
Maybe.
I was in college, right?
I don't know.
I think so. But we're still 80s children.
Absolutely.
Let's put in an 80s song and there we're going to listen to it.
Oh, yeah.
And dance and walk up hills.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way that Julie can get me to walk up the hill laughing.
That's right.
She had to sing 80 songs and then I could power through it.
Yep.
And luckily she knows the words better than me.
Some words. I don't know. I'm really bad at that. I have a friend that knows all the words to all the songs. And Hannah does too. My daughter. And it always amazes me. I'm like, how do you fit all that in your brain?
I agree. I only know the tune and like every fifth word. Yeah. And I may not know the meaning of those songs.
And the words might be wrong in my song. I thought Jimmy Buffett's song about stepping on a pop top was a pop tart for the longest time. It's like,
that's okay.
Pop top. Oh, that would make sense because you don't split your
pop tart.
Pop tart.
I have a good one too. Like you don't have to take your clothes off. I thought it was you don't have to drive a Volvo. But if I do know the words to the song, it's most likely an 80s song. And
right.
Like if there are some Billy Joel songs and Madonna songs that I do know the words to. Right. And Kelly Clarkson, that's not even an 80s song.
Right.
She wasn't even born in the late 80s. All right, we digress, and we don't even have that much time.
No,
I know. We are going to try to be.
The laughter is really great for stress.
That's true. So we're together.
We got that nailed.
And I feel like our look is morphing. And I scratched here if you're watching, but like we're both black, and our hair looks very similar in color.
Right? The light is shooting outside, and so it's getting brighter and darker, and then it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're seeing this, for people who are listening, they're like, people get to it.
I know.
I can't see you. Okay.
That's okay. So today we're going to talk about stress because December.
Oh yeah.
Is a very stressful time.
Yeah. In our lives, like we got this in spades, and we could talk about stress. This really needs to be like a 5-hour.
Oh, she's talking about her and me.
Oh yeah.
Like we as in Julie and Robin.
Oh yeah.
We have stress. You wouldn't believe how we work. She's like texting. She's like doing stuff on her phone at soccer games. She'll be like, okay, review this. And I'll look at it at 1:35 a.m. when I get home. Samesies with me. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be at Starbucks from 2:15 to 3:15 working. So that's the window.
If you ever see Robin, she's the one swaying in the back of Starbucks, like
or outside.
doing emotion.
That's true. I've tested a lot of people at Starbucks.
So I think that's so hilarious.
And I say to people, I'm working at Starbucks, and they're thinking I'm working at Starbucks. I mean, I'm doing at the Living Tree at Starbucks because this is the thing. You can do it, you mamas. We're mamas. We are all over the place. The reason I'm working at Starbucks is because I have to take my son, pick him up from school, take him to therapy. I have a few hours, and I had to leave work early to take him, and I'm going to work. Could I go shopping? Yes. Would that be more fun? Maybe. But these are the hours I have. And so I'm like, go to Starbucks. I get a filtered water, which is fine because I add minerals back in. I had a lovely conversation with a girl that worked there the other day. Her mom was natural, and her mom was mad at her for drinking the water there because it's triple filtered. And she was mad because it has no minerals.
Oh, right.
Right. I'm like, but as long as you get the minerals in, you're good. And we can test you for that.
Yeah.
And so I love that she was thinking that as a young girl.
Yay. And our teens are totally stressed out. So I have the scary stat. here, 93% of the ER visits are stress, anxiety related.
That's terrible. And I believe that because in all the new clients that I have, stress tests in a lot of glands.
Yeah.
So, you have a headache, you have a stomach ache, you have hives, you have pain somewhere, stress.
Can I tell about my story? Can I?
Yes. And I also want to say for me, when I was working at Universal, all of a sudden I had this back pain, 3 p.m., 3 p.m. Like, what the heck? And my mom's like, oh, that must be, from working out. I'm like, not all of a sudden at 3 p.m. Anyway, long story short, adrenals. And adrenals are our glands that secrete adrenaline and are part of our hormone system. And so when you're stressed, we need to support the adrenals, which we'll talk about in a second.
Yep.
And that's why I got that pain. And Julie has a good story, and then we need to get into it.
Right. So, you muscle tested me. Well, I came to a class. This is like how long ago?
Yeah.
A year ago? Or a year ago?
I don't know.
Anyway.
8 to 12 months ago.
And
We
I
were still
was really
having
stressed. I had to go on a flight the very next day. There were lots of things going on. And I didn't think that I was terribly stressed. I mean, I kind of knew that I was a little bit stressed. Anyway, but I had this lump on the side of my hip. And it was a sizable lump. Like, I was concerned it was a tumor that had grown like almost overnight, and I was in major trouble. So I had all those things going on, and Rob was like, let me just muscle test you. So after the class, you did, and stress came up.
It was stress.
Away, but it was so clear.
It was. And then I asked her body what it needed to balance her. And the answer was stress away, which
Which I'm showing it right now.
Julie had it. So she put 2 drops or whatever on her butt. And the next continue with the story.
So went home, slept great, got up, went on a flight, got to my place, and you call me and you're like, oh my gosh, how is your hip? How's the one? And I'm like, what? Oh my gosh, I had totally forgotten because it completely disappeared overnight.
You forgot.
It's a hard knot. Like, it was hard. It wasn't just like a squishy little, like, oh
no, it was presented. I could see it, and she was worried. The whole, I think part of the story too is you became very paranoid. Like, you went,
yes,
like you
I
went
did.
there. You were like, oh my gosh, I have cancer.
Yeah.
And you're like, all these natural things.
I have a bone cancer. It's like, it's coming out.
Yeah. And then the next day, she didn't even think about it. When I called, she was like,
I totally forgot about it. I was like, oh my gosh, let me check. And so I reached down, completely gone. I'm like, what? I could not believe it.
I know. So this is the muscle testing is so great because you don't have to suffer. You don't have to guess. A lot of my clients, when we test them and we figure out what their body needs, the pain goes away or something goes away. It's amazing. People's jaw pain, hip pain, joint pain. And just a few weeks, it's amazing because we're the body. Well, you know how Julie and I always say, pain is such a gift, right? So what is out of balance, and you fix it. Or I don't know if we're allowed to say that, but we use something to rebalance the body,
right? And
we don't
heals.
Right. We don't treat or diagnose.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're not doctors.
No.
All right, so let's talk about stress. And not just stress. Like, you could be irritable, impatient, overwhelmed. We all feel this in December, right? You could have trouble sleeping, right?
Yeah.
You
can have even heart issues. People who get panic attacks, they legit, that is a physical thing where you're like, my heart is not right. So, very physical stuff.
And your stomach, because, your brain and your gut are connected.
Right.
So, nervous stomach, we've all heard of that, right? So, if you have stomach aches or a headache, you could have a tension headache. It can basically, stress can manifest in millions of ways in your body, and it affects so many symptoms.
Yes.
So ideally, we would love for you to see us.
Yes.
because we can muscle test you and we can see what's out of balance.
Right.
But today we're just going to talk about some ways that you can do that for yourself.
Mitigate stress on a daily basis because things are
Yeah.
coming in all the time.
I know.
And I do want to mention that we can do it quantumly. We can do it in person, which is always awesome.
Yeah.
But we can also do it remotely, like telehealth. So just so people don't, think, oh, well, I'm out of town, so this doesn't apply. No, we can quantum you and find the root cause.
Yeah. And I don't think I said this, but sedentary people, when they're stressed, it can lead to high blood pressure, diabetes, central body obesity, palpitations, anxiety, and muscle tension and pain. So I know we talk about pain, but
Yeah, because stress will compromise your immune system,
yeah,
bring it down, and then sometimes it even ramps it up in ways that are not good. So like allergies and things like that. So we just have to make sure that we are taking care of it on a regular basis.
yes. And one extra note for our kids, there's a thing called the fight or flight response. And so when our kids are high anxiety, high stress, they can't think straight. It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible. And wasn't it like 72 hours to recover from
for
an
your
adrenaline rush? So, especially those kids with autism, ADHD, that just the high stress kids, we can't expect them to think straight, and us either. Right? That's one thing. So if you feel like you are in fight or flight, you're always stressed, or your kids, chiropractic is one of my recommendations. It helps your nervous system. And a lot of times people think, oh, chiropractic is for if you get in a car accident. Right. It's not just for that. So chiropractic, the industry believes in your body's ability to heal itself. It's amazing. I remember the first time I went and I saw like this poster on the wall and I'm like, oh my God, they believe that the body was meant to heal itself. Like what chiropractors do is help, the bodies go back into alignment so it can heal itself. That's the whole idea. Yeah. I mean, there are, just like any industry, there's great chiropractors and
very true.
Chiropractors.
Yep.
But so you have to find somebody that's really good. But when you do, it's amazing. So that's a number one tip is get chiropractic regularly. Yeah. And I do have a lot of clients that test for it.
Yeah. We can test for structural. It's super cool.
Right. So we won't actually do the adjustment, but we'll say, why is this happening?
Right.
And it's structural.
Yeah.
And we've seen so many things get
right.
back in time. In fact, I muscle tested you.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She ignored me.
Well, I finally went 3 weeks later.
Yeah, but she ignored me that when I first tested her. She's like, yeah, just because she couldn't fit it in. Right. Then I tested her again. I'm like, did you go to the chiropractor yet? She's like, no,
but I'm going today. I had an appointment that day. So I finally went.
And
it's just like every mom out there, every parent that's like so strung out, and we have just a finite amount of time. And so self-care sometimes goes, that's on the back burner. But
Julie, I'm really Julie's practitioner.
Yes.
I'm your practitioner.
You are my practitioner. Totally.
So,
I'm so lucky.
You have the bat line.
I know.
But
so it's Hershey.
Hershey. But you've been testing.
Yeah. But motion code and all that.
Oh, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, when you have an issue, I mean, I'm always muscle testing you. And then we always figure out what the issue is.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's so awesome.
We have all these great stories.
I know.
All right. So let's talk about other ways because, we want to empower you to take care of your own health, right?
Exactly.
So number one, you can come see us. We would love to help you.
Yes.
Number two, we just said chiro.
Yeah.
Number three, I'd really just like to talk about movement.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Oh my gosh, that
That's tried and true.
I swear if I didn't work out,
yes,
I would be in the corner like swaying from my stress.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. There are so many great hormones that are released and that can counter all the stress that's in our body. So movement is crucial. If you're like, I'm too stressed, I don't have time, I can't work out. You need to find something, whether it's just walking, whatever.
That's the reason why you need to do it.
Right.
And especially this month, I feel like self-care goes out the window. And the other day at Jazzercise, we had 5 people at night.
Wow.
It's like, holy cow. People are prioritizing their health before Christmas.
Yeah.
I love it. Just like pick something. Pick
Seriously.
something.
The average person is watching 6 hours
Of
of TV a
TV.
day. So there's got to be a time that you
There-
can
do
get
something.
movement. I have started with my since we talked about proprioception and
In our training.
and yes, in our training. And so now when I'm brushing my teeth, I am doing my test to see how much I'm, able.
We'll explain what proprioception is.
So basically, our balance is really important. So when things get out of whack in our body, obviously our balance is going to be off. And so you can test it and see how you are doing. So every time I brush my teeth, so this is morning and night, I'm giving myself a brain test and figuring out how out of balance I am. So sometimes I'm totally falling over, and brushing your teeth and closing your eyes and doing the test is super hard because I'm trying to concentrate so much.
Wow.
But anyway, so you can actually do that test and find out. It's cool.
That's awesome. So if you're struggling with finding ways to move, I mean, it may be like in the 6 hours of TV that you're watching, just move while you're watching the TV.
Right.
To start, like, just, if you don't work out at all, just find something a little bit to change. Maybe you go to a workout class and only stay for 15 minutes because
Right.
an hour is just too much to think
Right.
about. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I
That's good.
first started working out, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I went to the Y and I went there for 15 minutes and then I
Yeah.
left.
Yep.
And I did that and then I worked up to 30 and then I did 45 and then I did the whole hour class. And that's what my body could take. That was achievable to me.
Right.
And so just find something that works for you. If it's, even little things like parking far away at the store or taking the
Yes.
stairs at a hotel
Yep.
instead of the elevator, things
Yeah.
like that.
Doing
all the-
squats while you're doing something.
And find something that you like. Like, I like to dance,
Yeah.
so I added that. It was hard to find
Oh,
something I
yeah.
like, but I really like to dance. And it's not like I like to work out, but I like the feeling.
Yes.
I like the feeling after the workout. Like, nothing beats it.
Right.
Like the oxygen. You were talking about hormones. To
Yeah.
me, I can feel like the oxygen flowing through my body.
Yes.
It feels so good. And P.S., when we sweat, that's like a major detoxifying system.
Yes.
That's how you get things out. So if you're drinking a lot in December, that's going to help you. So don't forget to work out
Yes.
or move in some way.
Right.
Right.
Make sure you're drinking enough water. Stay hydrated. Okay. So I have a good one, like going outside and grounding. That's like one of my favorite things to de-stress because we are a closed circuit. And if you have little ones, especially if you have babies,
Cypress, because you were talking about this.
oh my gosh. So we just got an essential oil. Robin put 2 drops on my hand. And now we're inhaling deeply because when you inhale an essential oil, it hits your heart, liver, and thyroid in 3 seconds. It's so super fast. So talk about affecting how quickly you can affect your level of stress and anxiety is just like
And for your kids
smelling.
too.
What?
And for your kids too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I gave
And for
it to
your
you
kids.
because Cypress is grounded. and you were
It's
talking
very
about
grounding. So you can do forest bathing by just like getting an essential oil.
Get outside.
Yeah.
If you do Cypress, I thought of you last night because I put grounding the
You
essential
did?
oil.
Oh, the essential oil blend.
Because it was raining here. It was stormy. It was so loud outside. Oh my God. And they said it was going to be a tropical storm. This is how the news is. It's like, well, I wasn't watching the news, but people were telling me.
Mhm.
They're like, it's going to be a tropical storm. And so I went outside and I got all my trellises in the rain. So I put like a swim top on.
Did you have a swim cap on too?
Shut up. No, but I did put I put like one of those sun shirts on over
love
my
it.
dress. And I'm like moving the tower garden closer to the house, taking my trellises, moving them in the rain.
You have a beautiful garden. You've done a great job.
I'm excited and I'm going to I'm going to be positive on the left side because I didn't grow anything on the left side of the house. And I'm thinking it was negative because I was bitching about walking over there. And I'm going to give all positive attention to the left side
I love it.
and the right side.
That's another thing that you could do. Sometimes gardening is a great de-stressor, like getting your hands in the ground and working with the soil and
Smelling,
yeah.
like you know how I love to smell my fresh
really?
arugula. I can just sniff it all day.
So that's another thing that you can
That
do
is true.
outside and do something productive. It's awesome.
Right, because I don't really love being outside. I don't love, well, I love eating outside, but I mean, I mean,
Choose to, I know.
well, it's just so hot and stuff, but
Mm.
for some reason, the gardening, it's just amazing. Like
Yeah.
it amazes me. Like I'm just like, and then I'm amazed that I'm amazed. You know what I mean? I'm amazed at myself that I like it. Do you see? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yes, totally. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just
I
so
love that.
awesome. But that's
So
no, that was a good tip.
outside ground, do gardening or something that will help you.
If you live in up north, you could do what Julie says and like touch a tree. So if you can't get your feet like on the ground because of snow or something,
Yeah.
you could go put your hands on a tree. Maybe leave your phone inside.
Yes. And then you'll discharge all those ions that you got to get out of your body.
Or come visit us and let's go to the beach.
Oh,
That's a good one.
that is so fun.
The beach
The
really.
beach is great. The beach is a
It helps with
de-stressor.
circadian.
Yep.
So
It
many
does.
grounding.
It has the wind. It's absolutely amazing.
All right, cool. So those are 3 tips. What's another good one?
Right. And well, we talked about smelling an essential oil.
Yes.
But I want to make sure that we do talk about food. Can we talk about not eating like junk food? Sometimes.
Well, here's
Oh,
some
you're gonna
essential
put-
oils.
okay.
Let's oil.
Oh, great. More oily? What's
Yeah,
this?
frankincense.
Frankincense. Oh my gosh. Talk about an amazing oil.
It's really the MVP, the God's creation. It's in the Bible a
It's
million
so
times.
cool.
So a lot of people in the autism community put their frankincense right here under their nose.
Oh my gosh. It's so amazing.
I know. If you're interested, come to our Bibles class next time we have it.
Yes.
But also you love to help people use citrus oils.
Oh yeah. They're very happy and uplifting. And my teens actually love the citrus oils. They do help them. Oh my gosh. Happy oils. So citrus oils, happy oils really help out the teens. We got to help the teens.
We have to help the teens. I know.
Oh my gosh. Love
I
lime.
mean, also there's seriously so many oils that
Yeah.
support stress. So again, like we'd love to muscle test you and see what your body wants. 'Cause
Exactly.
there's like 50
Yeah.
that support it. It depends like what's happening in your body.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
All right.
So we have to make sure that we do get the proper nutrients and food. So DHEA actually counteracts
What is DHEA?
cortisol. It's a great brain hormone. So
It's a precursor to
it's a precursor to a lot of the other hormones too. So that's pretty scary. Sometimes people think, oh, well, I'm low on progesterone, I'm low on, or my estrogen is too high or whatever. It could be DHEA that goes out to pregnenolone and all these other hormones. And it's very important to be balanced. And so if your cortisol is shooting up, then you're going to have issues in other ways.
so cortisol. Sorry, pause
Oh,
for
yeah.
one second.
Yeah.
Cortisol is a stress hormone.
Yes.
It's one of my issues, I think. And these are all hormone. These all affect your hormone system, the endocrine
Right.
system.
But cortisol, if it is too high for too long, then your body will stop reacting to it. It's kind of like with insulin, what happens with insulin. Same thing that happens with cortisol. If you're constantly in fight or flight, you will put yourself into this mitochondrial dysfunction is basically what's going to happen.
But first, it's going to tax your thyroid and
Oh,
then your
yeah.
heart.
Oh, yeah.
And so it is important to address.
Mhm.
There's lots of ways to address stress with supplements. You know, oils are not the only way.
Mhm.
There are a lot of supplements. There's one called Cortistop by In Living. We carry a line, a couple lines that have other supplements that support adrenals. There's some liquid ones that are really good. Like I love Com5 by Energetics. And my kids use Field of Flowers.
So good.
Yeah. And they taste good too.
It's like 52 flower essences or something like
Yeah, there's a lot. Oh yeah, because like Com5 is the top 5.
Okay.
And Field of Flowers is the accumulation of all of them.
There's so many things so many ways to get the herbs and plants, the things that we need in order to build our bodies. Because if we are majorly taxed in other areas, if we don't support that other part of our system, that is when disease really like kicks in. Like, all right,
Yeah.
you were a perfect host for all these things to start happening with autoimmune and all the other stuff.
Right. And so when we're stressed, we are burning through our minerals. And
Mhm.
so, and our vitamins, especially our Bs. So I always am taking Super B. It's a methylated B. It has all the Bs in it. But we can test your body and see what B it likes.
Mhm.
But it's really important. So if you're stressed, you do want to get your vitamin minerals checked, right? Because
Yep.
you're burning through them. And you need to
Absolutely.
replenish them. And if you don't get it checked and you are low, that's when it opens the door to the immune dysfunction. So you are exposed to a virus or something, then you're going to get sick.
That's why so many people around the holidays get sick.
Well,
Like,
not just that, because they're eating sugar.
oh yeah, that coupled with the bad eating.
You kind of touched on it, but we really do need to talk about it. Food
Mhm.
is super important and related to stress.
Yeah.
Because we need to need nutrients in order for our bodies to thrive. And,
Yeah.
I've been telling my clients, the whole grape and raisin thing, like
Oh,
with
yeah.
what, our cells are grape, are raisins if we don't drink water
Yeah.
and hydrate
I
them.
love that. Yeah.
And even nutrients too, right?
Mhm.
And then they're grapes when we're doing the right thing. And we
Mhm.
can't really expect our bodies to function correctly
Right.
if we're not eating the right nutrients and drinking good water.
That's right. Absolutely. And sugar has been known to decrease your immune system. I think like a tablespoon takes it down so many points.
It
Like,
suppresses it for
percentage
4
points.
hours too.
yeah. So if you are stress eating, you're just like adding fuel to the fire. So stop that. Go get some good, healthy stuff, and that will bring you back into balance.
Yeah, if you find that hard, I mean, I still stress eat sometimes at night, but most of the time I don't. I've really cut that habit because I would be
Okay.
like, I deserve to not do
Mhm.
that, or I would evaluate
Yeah.
that, or I save my Juice Plus for,
Oh, yeah.
at night. But if you're having a hard time with that, just add in some good stuff. So add in the Ninja Red, add in the Juice Plus, add in, we have another, what is it called? The Young Living one that tastes like the Flintstones that we ate.
Oh,
the other
yeah.
day?
Mighty
Mighty
Vice.
Vice.
Yeah.
Those are good. There are a lot of options out there to add some good stuff in. So, but don't go
Ninja
to
Red.
the grocery store. Yeah.
Oh.
Don't go to the grocery store and buy a vitamin from the regular. It's gonna have synthetic bad stuff in it.
High dyes and all kinds of
Sugar.
sugar. Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
So when you're reading ingredients, if it says like sugar, corn syrup, dextrose, there's like, oh, we should post that. Can we post that?
Yeah.
Let's post that in the notes for this. We have a list of all the sugar names. You can see how much content sugar is in our foods. It's crazy.
It's so crazy.
And it makes us crave it more.
I have one more thing, because we have one more minute, I think.
Okay.
Write things down. If you have all this stuff in your brain and it's completely stressing you out, if you write it down, it's kind of like a mind dump, and you can put things on paper, and it helps you sort out. And when you see it, you're like, okay, maybe it's not as bad as it was in my brain. Like, because in our
Also-
head, it's like,
People tell me that about sleeping. So it's great to have a little paper by your bed, and then you write it down. And then have like tools for yourself. Like when I used to have an issue, I would recite the prepositions, remember? To fall asleep. Or I would picture like white fluffy lambs jumping from the clouds. Do not have those issues anymore. But when I did, that's what I did. And definitely having a piece of paper on the night table is great.
Yeah.
Right. I do have a couple more.
Oh, yeah.
Laughing.
oh yeah.
You kind of touched on it in the
Yeah.
beginning. So find your
100%.
friend,
Yes.
laugh, make time for connection, right?
Yes. Oh, that's so true. Because also the cuddle hormone engages when we are with people. And so we need that. So,
And gratitude. So like it's like the half glass full
Okay.
concept,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is this glass half full or half empty, right? So gratitude is like that too. Like You're so good at this. I mean, there could be a million things like the refrigerator. I mean, she has like a laundry list. She doesn't complain about it. She's like, I'm so glad that I am healthy today and that my teeth don't hurt. I don't know. I'm making that up, but she really lives in a place of gratitude. And there's a lot of studies that show that gratitude is the best way to live a healthy life, right? No, not the negativity. And I know that's a whole other topic, but if you're interested, go onto YouTube and look up Dr. Emoto, the scientist, because he did these great, what are they called? Experiments.
Yeah.
Experiments on water, talking positively and negatively. I kind of alluded to that when I was talking about the garden because I was kind of negative on one side of the garden. So anyway, positivity is really important. Are you being positive? Are you like, even my clients, like, you know, you can't heal overnight, but you can be happy for like, oh my gosh, I ate one less sugar this week. That is an accomplishment. Or I stopped having this pain, or like there's so many things to be grateful for, and look at each little accomplishment instead of all the things you're not doing.
Yep. Exactly.
So positivity. And this is another tip, and I'm going to do it at my house because I have teenagers. And my son likes to say he's stressed every day, and I don't know how to fix it. And so I decided I'm going to make a painting for the door that everybody has to read. They're just going to like innately read it when they leave the door. And it's going to say something positive because I'm sick of him saying, he says, I'm stressed every day.
Yeah.
And he's saying it smiling.
Right.
So I don't think he is stressed.
Right.
But his cells are hearing what he's saying.
Yeah.
And it's upsetting to me and Sohaila. Like, we're like, don't say that to yourself. And we're trying to like help him not say it.
Yeah. I loved it. There was a lady that I met yesterday, and she had come up and said, hi, how you doing? And when she was leaving, she said, be well. And I was like, you are my people. Like, it was so nice. Like, genuinely, she was meaning that from her heart. So a lot of times, how you're saying gratitude, you can help other people de-stress, de-escalate.
You never know.
By just saying one kind word or seeing something written down and being able to be like, okay, this is a reminder.
Yeah, I feel like with the teens, that because they're a little bit more objectionable to what we say.
Yeah, that's true.
So they won't be able to. Yeah.
I love that. That's
Let's
great.
do
I'm totally stealing that idea.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I know, right? And then the last idea is get a hobby that you like for stress. Like make time. I know that we're saying like it's December, we don't have enough time, but take a few minutes. Yeah. Maybe take 5 minutes a day and write or paint or dance or I don't know, whatever, read. Right. Did I say that?
Start something. Yeah.
Do something that you enjoy. Gardening. Yeah. That's creative. Because creativity actually helps your brain too.
Yes, it does.
Right.
Oh, that's so good.
I know.
These are great tips.
I know. But, you know, most of all, we would love to see you. So if you think that you're struggling with stress, we can come get muscle tested. Make an appointment at www.atthelivingtree.com. I say it like that because Julie makes fun of me. And you can pick who you want to see, me or Julie. If you don't know, you can email us at office@thelivingtree.com. Please like and share this, right?
Yes, we got to help these mamas out there.
We want to help people. Yeah, for sure. Any other parting?
That's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. And if you want to support our show, give us a 5-star rating.
To learn more about our practice, visit atthelivingtree.com.